Hello everyone, it's Sunday, coming to you from Anita Berber Park, which is just outside where I live, just past the crossroads funnily enough. And this place has been my little sanctuary during the corona times, and just all the time really. And yeah, in my last video I was talking about how witchcraft is very much embedded in the landscape and you need to kind of attend to the spirits around you. So I thought it might be quite nice to show you all a little window of where I've been inhabiting lately. Yeah, so this place is actually formerly a cemetery. The whole area is full of cemeteries, but this place is now a park, so it's quite nice that kind of rewilding the landscape, and is definitely a space filled with potent spirits, plants, energies, named after, oh god. So I thought I'd rearrange the camera so you're not looking at my crotch the whole time, but actually that could have been very appropriate, for this is Anita Berber Park, who, for those that you don't know, she was a scandalous, outrageous, queer dancer from Weimar, Germany at the 1920s. One of the first naked dancers, very much exuding frenzied, fiery passion, real troublemaker and blazing the trail. So of course I identify with her quite a lot, or you know, this kind of, what's the word, restless spirit definitely calls out to me. She used to, for example, throw bottles of champagne at catcallers in the audience, had a long string of lovers, both male and female, and really set the tone in also in terms of like movement and dance. So definitely a good icon of Berlin and all the wonderfully weird and decadent practices here. Anita's long been a hero of mine. Found out about her actually one of my first year here. I found this book. Not sure if on the camera you'll be able to see what it says. It says The 7 Addictions and 5 Professions of Anita Berber, Weimar Berlin's Mistress of Depravity. So I found this, yeah, just when I moved here in the former magical bookshop Topics, and she's just definitely a good icon. Maybe not to emulate, because she faced a lot of trouble, like many of these kind of young trailblazing iconic stars. She eventually had a tragic demise, dying at the age of 29. At the time I think her reputation was somewhat discredited, but then in her death she was revalued again. And yeah, so this place, this former cemetery, is her final resting place, which is something I didn't actually know when I first moved to this area. I only actually learnt of it one day last year when I was, let's say, in an altered state. I learnt that Anita Berber, my personal hero, was buried across from where I live. And not only that, so when I found this out, Anita died when she was 29. I at the time was 29, so it was quite a potent moment, and I felt like if there's any another time that she's calling me, it was then. Oh, now here I am back again. So yeah, where we are right now, for me personally, is a very potent place. I'm sure for many other people it's always filled with people hanging out all day long, people from all walks of life. And yeah, so what do I get up to here? Well, first I'm just going to have a little drink because it's terribly hot. Summer's finally arrived here. Yeah, so what do I get up to here? Well, after this revelation that Anita was here, there was another night I was like, right, I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna go and find Anita. So it's late at night, walking through the park, which maybe some people might say be careful, maybe, but Anita, she's there. Anyway, chatting on. So I was like, I'm gonna go and find Anita. So I was just wandering, you know, just sensing my way, and I got to a place where I felt like this is it. And so I just hung a little red ribbon, went on my merry way, and then when I went back again in the sun, in the sunlight, yeah, in the daytime, around the back of the same tree. Someone else had like put flowers there, so I'm not sure if someone else has decided it's Anita's grave, or you know, if they're respecting someone else. But that's what I like about this place as well, that lots of different people use it for their own way of showing respect or memorializing. And also it turns out, so looking at kind of, not right word, but the graveyard maps, like which years they used the plots of this land, the bit where I stumbled into was also like 1920, which was when Anita died. So whether it's true or not, this is where I go to memorialise Anita. And you know, if I need some strength, I would go there, or if I want to say thank you for something good that's happened. Following up from what I said in my last video, which was encouraged by this book by Scarlet Imprint, of listening to what the spirits want in order to serve them and honour them. And so what I tend to do is go to Anita's tree. There's this little kind of hole that goes in the ground, and you know, give some feffy. For those of you who don't know, it's Berliner Luft. This, some people say it tastes like mouthwash, and it does, but that's quite alright. It's a lovely pfeffermint liqueur, which is my favourite drink. I'm sure Anita liked it. She was also a great hashish smoker, so sometimes I'm like sprinkle a little bit there. If anyone's in need of a spliff in Neukölln, go in the bushes. No, I'm joking. What else? Well, I can't actually show you Anita's place. I think I'm gonna, well, partly I don't know if I should show it on camera, but also someone took a shit there in the bushes. But I guess this is a living, working park, and that is the cycles of life. There's also a few other spots in this park where I have what I call hanging my treasures, or nice places that I go for meditation. One of them, so when I had my leaving party last summer, it was in this park, of course, and I had this wooden stake that my housemate gave me that is like, I'll show a picture, but it's like kind of not quite zigzaggy because it's curved, and completely charcoal on the other side. Last year I was well into like wooden stakes, so it was perfect, wrapped with a little rainbow ribbon. But so on my leaving party, we put it in the ground by this tree over there. And 1 year later, it's still there, which is really nice. So that's one of my spots. But when I went there before, there were two men injecting themselves with some kind of substance. So I thought, probably stay away this time. Yeah, and like sometimes I do hang what I call treasures. Shall I move it so I've got sun in my face? Let's see. It's the same. Yeah, no, so I like to hang what I call treasures, which, I mean, I guess this might be considered a treasure, but it's hanging on myself. Little things hanging in the trees. We've got some at the crossroads as well. But like, I read this, oh god, I'm always going on about Scarlet Imprint because I like their ideas. But they put something on the blog maybe last week called Crow Work. So basically they'd gone to some sacred standing stone spot in Cornwall, because that's where they live, like a stone circle, and they had collected all the little totems, trinkets, coins, crystals, magic sticks, ribbons that people had left, which, to be honest, is probably a good thing, because that's like a sacred holy space, and I guess in essence is like littering. But now I'm questioning, like, well, in the graveyard it's not like I'm leaving trash, but hanging treasures, a little candle, I don't know, maybe if you go back and maintain it. I mean, I do check on my treasures every week, and like if one's fallen off I replace it, or if they're looking a bit raggedy taggedy, change them. And I feel like, well, this is historically a graveyard, which is traditionally where people go to leave physical offerings as well as remembering the dead, so I think I'm going to carry on. Also, I always try and pick up litter at the same time. I mean, I've one idea, I'm not sure if I want to be that person, but I quite like to get, you know, a little litter grabber, or maybe I just need a really cool witchy stick with a good point, and then it would be multifunctional picking up litter. Although how can I grab stuff? Anyway, that's probably a good project to continue. I'm sure there was some other stuff I wanted to say, but right now I can't think, so I'm gonna review my notes and check back in shortly. Okay, so I checked back my notes, there wasn't really much else. Well, I wanted to roll a spliff to honour Anita, but annoyingly enough I've not got any cigarette papers, so I guess a little shot of Feffy will have to do. Here is the aforementioned delicious mouthwash. It's really good, just like, you know, if you're going in between parties, just pop one of these in your pocket and freshen up. So to Anita and everyone in who imbues her spirit, keep on blazing, stay strong. Gonna continue the story.